Arguing with a narcissist feels exactly like watching a red pill bro on YouTube. Loud, wrong, and still somehow making you doubt yourself, right? You're sitting there thinking, how did I end up defending myself against something I didn't even say? But that's the game. And if you've ever been trapped in these nonsensical, circular, exhausting fights that feel impossible to win, it's not because you're bad at arguing, it's because they're not arguing in good faith. Now stick with me because I'm going to walk you through the dirty dozen of weak debate tactics that abusive men use in relationships and why they work so damn well. And yeah, I'm going to call out the exact same garbage you see from red pill debaters because it's the same script. I'm Lisa Sonni, a toxic and abusive relationship expert. I've helped thousands of women rebuild their lives, break free of trauma bonds and abusive relationships, and rebuild themselves. And on this channel, I cut through the BS so that you can see manipulative behavior for exactly what it is. If you want more real talk about abusive dynamics, hit subscribe. Now, number one, derailing. You bring up one issue, maybe how he yelled at you last night. Suddenly it's about your tone, your attitude, or something you did 6 months ago. You never actually get to resolve the original problem because he's already dragged you down some side road, right? In relationships, this feels like arguing in circles for hours and never touching the actual harm that he caused. Online, it's the red pill guy you ask about men's violence and suddenly he's ranting about false allegations or child support. It works because now you're defending something that you didn't even come to talk about, while the real issue quietly disappears. Number two, projection. If you've ever been called controlling or untrustworthy or selfish by the person who is actually all of those things, congratulations, you've been projected on. A partner cheats on you and then accuses you of flirting. He lies constantly and then tells you that you're dishonest. Projection is a textbook narcissist behavior. Accuse you of what they're doing so that you're busy defending yourself. You ever heard the expression that if a narcissist cheats on you, he'll never trust you again? Listen to that again. Online, it's that red pill guy screaming about emotional women while he is literally red-faced, yelling into a microphone. It works because humans instinctively defend ourselves when we're accused. And in that moment, you look guilty even when you're not. Worse, it makes you start questioning yourself instead of questioning him. Number three, word salad and moving the goalposts, right? Word salad is actually one of the most exhausting tactics. They'll spin circles, contradict themselves, demand endless proof. You know those guys, cite your sources, right? And then they say that that proof doesn't count. That's why I don't cite sources for men. You can look it up yourself. So literally, what's the point of citing sources for someone who just wants to argue, right? You tell him that you're upset about his drinking. He demands you prove that he's drunk. What do you have, a sobriety test in your pocket? You show him the empty bottles and he's like, those don't count. I didn't even drink all those today. He's just going to change the rules mid-argument so that you can never win. And red pill debaters do the exact same thing, right? They'll start with something stupid like, what's your body count? And then they end up ranting about biology, the economy, and the wall. And it works because confusion wears you down. You're so drained trying to keep that up that you just give in so that you can have peace. Number four, mockery and humiliation. Now, instead of logic, they use mockery, right? They laugh at you, they roll their eyes, they call you crazy. The man who's supposed to love you makes you feel stupid for even trying to communicate. Red pill bros? Oh, you're just bitter. You must be single. They don't even need facts, right? They just want to humiliate you until you shut up. What they don't realize is that being single, not humiliating. A man is the easiest thing to get. Now, this works because humiliation triggers shame, and shame shuts down your ability to argue clearly. So instead of holding your ground, you're like scrambling to prove that you're not what they're mocking you for. But all this tells them that you care. So the trick here is to just not do that. Don't give in, don't defend yourself. Number five, false equivalence and bad faith logic. Oh my God, abusers love this one. I never hit you, so I'm not abusive. That's like saying I never robbed a bank, so I'm not a criminal. They define abuse so narrowly, right, that nothing that they do actually counts in that category. They deny that abuse is in no way subjective. Red pill debaters, they thrive on that exact same thing, right? If women want equality, then equal rights and equal lefts, right? Men should get to hit women too. That's not equality, that's bad faith, because it sounds logical until you actually sit with it, right? They're so desperate to hit women. You might not catch that in that moment, but they're off topic. Now they're talking about violence, right? And you're too busy trying to respond to this nonsense that you might miss the tactic. Number 6, volume and confidence, right? They're loud, they're talking over you, yelling, repeating the lie louder. Abusers know volume equals intimidation, repetition too. He doesn't even need to be right as long as he can make you back down. Red Pill Bros bulldoze debates by shouting over women until the audience assumes, well, he must be right. He's so confident. He obviously knows. And it works because people mistake certainty for truth. Confidence is persuasive even when it's complete garbage. That's why you can walk away thinking, did I miss something? No, you didn't. He was just louder. Number 7, Strawman. Now, this one drives people insane, and I am no exception to that. You say, I don't like it when you yell. And he says, so I'm not allowed to speak? What, you want me mute? So I'll just walk around silent? That's not what you said, right? That's twisting your words into something extreme so that he can knock that down. The red pill version is like women will say, I want equality, and dudes go, oh, so feminism is about erasing men? Women want power over men? What? No, nobody said that, buddy. But it works because you end up arguing about what you didn't say instead of holding him accountable for what you did say, what you actually meant. And it leaves you defending a position that you never even held. Now, number 8, gaslighting, of course, right? That never happened. I never said that, even when you literally just heard them say it. And over time, this isn't just annoying, it's psychological warfare. You start doubting your own memory, your own perception. And online, it's the guy being like, well, the wage gap is a myth, just ignoring decades of data, right? It works because denial plants seeds of doubt, and those little seeds grow until you start trusting his version of reality over your own. And that's how people get stuck. Now, number 9 is whataboutism. It makes me crazy. You bring up one issue and he instantly deflects, right? Well, what about the time that you snapped at me? It's not about that time. It's about right now. But suddenly you're defending yourself instead of holding him accountable. And the red pill version is like, well, what about Amber Heard? What about when women do it? The point is never resolution, right? It's just a distraction. And it works because it muddies the water, right? You walk away feeling guilty like maybe you did do the same thing once. Like maybe women do it too. They just try to create this and it's nonsense. They try to center themselves. But what about it's the biggest distraction? And none of it erases what he's doing right now. Number 10, playing the victim. When all else fails, poor him. I can't believe that you'd attack me like this after everything I do for you. Suddenly you're the bad guy for even bringing it up. The man hurting you is painting himself as the one being harmed. And the red pill guys, oh my God, they love this too, right? Men are the real victims. Men are victims of feminism. And it works because empathy is women's weak spot, right? So instead of holding him accountable, you find yourself kind of softening and comforting and changing your words, maybe even apologizing. It flips the script so that you're back in the role of caretaker right where they wanted you to be. Number 11, overgeneralization and anecdotal proof, right? Abusers throw out these sweeping claims. You always do this. Oh, all women are like that. He'll erase your individuality with one brushstroke. Red pill guys, oh, my buddy's ex took half his stuff, right? That's what women do. All women steal the kids and go after child support because they want the money. It doesn't matter that evidence proves that's not true. Evidence? Absolutely not. Overgeneralizations sound right simple and clean and convincing, even when they're completely baseless. You say a stat with confidence and people are going to believe you, especially if they want to. And once you are lumped into this giant stereotype, you're stuck defending yourself against a group you don't even belong to. 12, time pressure. This is where the answer me now routine comes in, right? He's in your face saying, answer me, yes or no, stop dodging me, yes or no. And it feels like an interrogation. It's not a conversation. And online, it's just answer the question, don't dodge, answer the question. Constant interruptions, constant demands for speed, answer now, do it quickly. It works because the pressure flusters you. So when you rush, you trip up and then they pounce. They never wanted a thoughtful answer. They wanted control. You ever wonder why you leave arguments feeling like the bad guy, even when he started it? You think that's an accident? That's the point. These tactics aren't random. None of this is an actual debate, right? It's not real conflict resolution. It's not about meeting in the middle. It's a strategy used to exhaust you, confuse you, and make you give up. And that's why these fights feel so impossible, right? They're double binds. You're playing chess and they're flipping the board. Here's the truth. Abusive men know that these tactics work and they use them on purpose. They use them to silence you, to wear you down, and make you doubt yourself. And red pill debaters use them to look right while they're dodging actual accountability. And if you've ever felt like you can't win an argument, it's not because you're weak or you're bad at arguing or you don't make good points. It's because the rules were rigged against you from the start. And this is exactly why I built my Rise and Rebuild group coaching program, because when you know who you are, when you trust yourself again, you're not going to fall for this garbage. You stop getting pulled into these circular fights because you recognize the tactics that they're using and you walk away instead of defending yourself against all this nonsense, right? In this group program, we work on building this really strong sense of self, and then you can see through manipulation. You're not going to question your own worth. You're going to build a life where you don't have to play by rigged rules. The link is below. And of course, I want you to comment with which of these debate tactics you've been hit with most, and then make sure that you hit subscribe so that you don't miss the next video.